Welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about the Iran versus Israel conflict and the growing Middle East crisis involving the United States. Today's world is facing one of the most serious geopolitical crises in decades. A war that has expanded beyond two nations and is affecting the entire Middle East and global stability. This is not just headlines. This is real life, real consequences, and real uncertainty for millions of people. Encyclopedia Britannica. Why this conflict matters right now. The conflict between Iran and Israel isn't new. It goes back to the Iranian Revolution in 1979, when Iran's government became openly hostile to Israel and the United States. Since then, tensions simmered through proxy battles, missile programs, and regional power struggles. Wikipedia. But in 2026, things escalated dramatically. On February 28, 2026, the US and Israel launched a massive joint military campaign against Iran's key military and nuclear infrastructure, triggering widespread retaliation from Iran across the Middle East. Encyclopedia Britannica. What's happening on the ground now? Over the past weeks, US forces have conducted thousands of airstrikes on Iranian targets in a bid to weaken Iran's military reach. New York Post. Iran has fired missiles and drones not just at military targets, but across the region, affecting neighboring countries and major shipping routes like the Strait of Hormuz. The Economic Times. Iran has even threatened major US tech companies and digital infrastructure, showing that this conflict isn't limited to the battlefield. It's spreading into cyber and economic arenas. The Times of India. This is now more than a multi-domain confrontation involving air, sea, cyber, and global economic pressures. How this affects the Middle East and the world. This conflict has huge consequences. Energy markets are unstable. Oil prices have spiked as shipping through the Strait of Hormuz becomes risky. The Economic Times. Global trade routes are disrupted as companies and countries reroute ships and cargo to avoid danger zones. Encyclopedia Britannica. Countries like Pakistan and China are pushing peace plans, showing that the world is desperate for a diplomatic solution. The Guardian. This isn't just about two nations fighting. It's about global economics, regional alliances, and future world stability. What people around the world are thinking. In the United States, a large portion of the public wants the war to end quickly, even if goals aren't fully achieved. That shows how costly and unpopular this conflict has become for everyday citizens. Reuters. Meanwhile, on social media and in public discourse, people are debating whether both sides are claiming victory while ordinary people pay the price, from rising fuel costs to geopolitical instability. Reddit. So what happens next? There are three possible directions this crisis could go. Escalation. If diplomatic efforts fail, we could see a wider regional war involving more countries and alliances. Stalemate. The fighting could continue without a clear winner, draining resources and destabilizing economies. Peace negotiations. Increasing global pressure and peace proposals might force leaders to the table, but trust is extremely low. Right now, the situation is fragile, and every day brings new developments that could shift the balance. Encyclopedia Britannica. Final thoughts. This conflict is not just about borders or battles. It's about power, influence, energy, and the future of global security. Millions of lives, economies, and political futures are tied up in what happens next in the Middle East. If you want to stay updated with the latest developments, explained clearly and in real time, make sure you follow this channel, because this story is far from over. Don't forget to subscribe for more real-world updates, events,